Ever feel like you're kind of, just waiting around for a miracle? Like maybe praying for your big break or that dream job, that sort of thing. But what if, and stick with me here, what if a big chunk of that miracle is actually, well, you?
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
Right. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're tackling this whole faith and action thing, all stemming from Brother Bo's latest sermon.
And he kicks off, this whole deep topic, this complex idea with a story that's got to be super relatable. I mean, for a lot of people, it's going to hit home.
Oh, for sure. It's straight out of our lives, right?
Totally.
He's talking about this guy, Bernie, who's praying like crazy for a new job. But, and here's the thing, get this. Bernie only went and applied to one company.
Oh, wow.
One.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Just one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when he doesn't get it, he's all, doom and gloom, totally bummed out.
Yeah, which you can kind of see it, right? On the surface, I mean, it's a bummer. But that's where I think Brother Bo really digs into something deeper. He calls it, and I love this, disguising laziness as faith, which when you think about it, it's like Bernie's putting all his hopes, all his effort into the prayer bowl, but not actually getting out there and hustling.
So it's not enough to just really, really want something, to just pray and hope for the best.
That's exactly what he's saying. Brother Bo's challenging us. What are we actually doing alongside all that praying? He even uses this great line, something like, apply to 10 companies, then 10 more, and if you have to, 10 more after that.
Yeah.
And he's not just talking about job hunting here. This is bigger, right?
Right.
He's talking about building that inner grit.
Yeah.
That willingness to push on, keep going, even when things get tough.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that a little bit. Because let's be real, I think a lot of us, we've been there, feeling kind of stuck, like we're spinning our wheels.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So how does Brother Bo, how does he say we should bridge that gap between the faith part and the actually getting things done part?
Well, he brings up this awesome comparison, and I wasn't expecting it at all, to get this royalty. Remember, way back, the story of the Queen of Sheba.
Right.
This queen, she travels for months, are you kidding me? Across deserts, over mountains, the whole 9 yards, just to hear in person King Solomon's, famous wisdom.
Oh, yeah, talk about going above and beyond. But I got to ask, what's Brother Bo getting at here? Are we all supposed to, book a flight and go find some, modern day Solomon to follow around?
It's more about, I think, the heart of it, the spirit of what that queen did, that crazy journey she took.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Brother Bo is reminding us, and I think this is key, that we've got access to something even bigger than Solomon, someone even more incredible. And I'm pretty sure we're on the same page here about who he's talking about.
Yep, definitely feeling that Jesus connection.
Right, exactly. And here's the thing, it's not just about, knowing about Jesus, just checking that box. It's about us really, truly seeking out that wisdom he offered, that guidance. In the same way, picture it. The queen went after Solomon's knowledge. It's not just going to fall into our laps.
Oh, I see what you mean. So it's less like a one-way street, more we got to meet in the middle. We have to be putting in the effort on our end, growing, learning for that faith to really kind of bloom.
That's it. You said it better than I could. It's imagine, right? The queen rocks up to Solomon's palace, all those jewels, and just expects him to, beam his wisdom into her brain, some kind of download, no questions asked, no effort on her part. Doesn't really work that way, right?
That's a good point. And it's kind of funny you should say that, because what I'm picturing is those, those old kung fu movies where the student, he's begging the master, teach me your secrets, show me how to be crazy strong.
Love it.
And the master's all patience, grasshopper. First, you got to prove you're ready.
Yes. That's perfect. And it gets at exactly what Brother Bo is saying here. This isn't, passive. It's not just blind faith. We have to show it. Our actions have to line up with, all the hoping and praying we're doing. It's about being present, being ready to learn and, grow as people.
So basically, we have to be active participants in how we change and grow.
100%. And here's the sometimes less fun part. We got to embrace the stumbles along the way. Brother Bo, he's really big on this point. Those challenges, those moments where we're are we there yet? Those actually end up shaping us.
It's what is it they say? Smooth seas. Something about smooth seas.
Yeah. Never made a skilled sailor. Something like that.
That's the one. We need those rough waters, right? The tough times. That's how we figure out like how strong we really are.
Exactly. And sometimes, and this is interesting, right? Those struggles, those roadblocks, they're actually like pointers. They're pushing us, even if we don't see it, towards something way better than what we had in mind.
Okay, so that's kind of wild.
Right.
But it makes you think.
Totally. And Brother Bo, he even goes so far as to say that what we think we want, like that dream job we were talking about, that picture perfect life, it might not even be, what's best for us ultimately. Like what God's got planned could be way cooler.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But we have to, we can't just, sit back and wait for it to happen. Right?
Nope, not at all. It's about trusting the process, the whole winding path, even when, honestly, it's a pain in the neck.
Easier said than done, though.
Yeah.
Right. So how do we actually do that? Balance that ambition, like we were talking about before, that drive to get what we want with this whole trusting the journey thing.
Yeah.
Especially when things go sideways.
Well, Brother Bo, he's not going to sugarcoat it. He's all about putting in the work, the real deal effort. Remember that whole 10 companies, then 10 more bit?
Yeah.
It's like he's saying, look, faith is awesome, but we got to meet God halfway. Roll up our sleeves, That's where the perseverance thing comes back in. It's got to be an everyday thing. Showing up, even when we'd rather just hide under the covers and pray for a miracle.
So it's both, not one or the other.
Bingo. Don't ditch the prayers. Just, add in a good dose of hustle alongside them. And honestly, I think that's what's so powerful about this whole message. It's it's not just for, church on Sunday. This is life stuff, taking charge, realizing we've got a say in how things turn out. It's that Queen of Sheba spirit, right?
Yeah.
Seeking, pushing boundaries. That's what helps us grow no matter what.
Brother Bo really brought it home with this one. He's got us thinking about, how we're showing up in our own lives, how we deal with those curveballs life throws our way, and never, ever underestimating what happens when we combine that faith with a whole lot of, let's call it, go-getter energy.
Absolutely. And maybe, just maybe, it makes us stop and ask ourselves, okay, if this was it, one shot at that big dream, how much would we really be willing to put on the line? Because, sometimes that's the energy, the all-in commitment that our faith needs, that our actions need to really make things happen.
Now, that is a powerful thought to wrap things up. So to everyone listening, what's got you fired up? What's that thing you're willing to, move mountains for? What dream is calling your name? Think about it.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for future podcast notification. This is The Podcast, powered by OnQ New Media.